Here's the big, million-dollar question here. Can you be penalized for duplicate or copied content, right? Is there a penalty for copied or duplicate content? And we hear this a lot. Hey, there's a duplicate content penalty. Hey guys, Steve here. Before we keep going, make sure to hit that like button. And if you're catching this on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you'll always know when I post new videos. Your likes really help the channel grow and reach more people. All right, let's get back into the training. Well, let's set the record straight. To be clear, there is no duplicate content penalty, okay? You're not penalized for duplicate content. And this is straight out of Google's developer guide here. And this is what they said. This is a quote. Let's put this to bed once and for all, folks. There's no such thing as a duplicate content penalty, at least not in the way most people mean when they say that, all right? So what they're basically getting at here is you're not going to be removed or deleted because Google finds multiple URLs with similar content on it, because there are legitimate reasons why it may happen. However, if you have a lot of duplicate content or content that's been copied from other sites, well, it can wind up influencing your rankings in a negative way, as it can lead to a poor user experience. And it's the user experience that tends to be the thing that Google really is looking at. So if you have content that's seen all over the place, it doesn't really add value. Google's really looking at, this as potentially a negative thing. But the primary differentiator is intent. Like, is your intent to copy somebody else's content and kind of claim it as your own? Or is your intent to copy information from someone else's content, make it better, write an article about it, or add some opinion piece to it? What is going on here? What are you doing here? What's your intent behind grabbing this sort of content, right? And according to Google, again, duplicate content on a site is not grounds for action on that site unless it appears that the intent of the duplicate content is to be deceptive and manipulate search engine results. That's the kicker there, okay? It's not about if they find multiple pages or multiple URLs with the similar content. It's more about the intent of why you're doing it, to be deceptive or to manipulate the search engine results. If your site suffers from duplicate content issues and you don't follow the advice listed above, which we got coming up, this is from Google, we do a good job of choosing a version of the content to show in our search results, right? So that's Google saying this. So again, no true penalty. You're not going to get kicked off of Google just because you have a couple of URLs or many URLs that are duplicate content because of the way things have been designed or issues that you may have. And we'll get into them in a minute. But if you are doing this to manipulate search, to be deceptive, then that can be a big problem. So Google tries really hard to index and show pages with distinct information. So for example, if your site has a regular kind of base site page and then a printer version of each article on your website, and neither of them is blocked with a no index meta tag or some other way, then Google's going to choose one of them to list, not both of them, okay? PDFs can be indexed in Google just like your web pages can be indexed. So if you have, a web page article and then you have a PDF version that can be like a printer-friendly version, but it's the exact same content, and you're not telling Google to not index one of them, well, Google sees two pages with the exact same content, and they'll determine which one to list out for the user. You don't really get that choice. So again, we'll talk about how to fix this a little bit later. In the rare cases in which Google perceives that duplicate content may be shown with the intent to manipulate their rankings or deceive their users, they'll make appropriate adjustments in their indexing and ranking of the sites involved. So again, having pages that are duplicated isn't in itself reasons for a penalty. There is no penalty for that. But if you're being deceptive or you're trying to manipulate rankings, that's against Google's terms of service, and that could cause you a problem. And as a result of, if that's what Google thinks you're doing based upon what you've got out there, your rankings may suffer in that case, right? It may even be removed entirely from the Google index. But we don't really see much of that these days, so just be aware of it.